When people think of the world's most expensive cars, they usually picture Italy, Germany, or maybe France. But what if I told you that some of the most expensive machines ever built come from countries you would never expect? From a hypercar capable of outrunning almost anything on the planet, to handcrafted masterpieces worth millions of dollars, every nation has its automotive crown jewel. Today, we're taking a trip around the globe to discover the most expensive cars from different countries. And by the time we reach number 1, you'll see a car so exclusive that most people will never even see one in person. Welcome to the wheels of the world. Before we begin, there's one important rule. For each country, we're looking at one car that represents the pinnacle of that nation's automotive industry, whether through its original selling price, exclusivity, engineering, or overall value. Some of these vehicles were built in extremely limited numbers, while others pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible on 4 wheels. From roaring V10 engines and Formula One technology to record-breaking electric hypercars, these machines are far more than just transportation. They're symbols of innovation, ambition, and national pride. So buckle up, because we're about to take a journey across the world, one incredible car at a time. Our journey begins in South Africa, a country better known for its breathtaking landscapes and rich wildlife than for building exotic sports cars. But in 2009, South Africa proved it could compete with some of the biggest names in the automotive world with a machine called the Perana Z1. Created by South African automotive company Perana Performance Group and designed by the legendary Italian design house Zagato, the Z1 combined European styling with American muscle. Under the hood sat a powerful 6.2-liter V8 engine sourced from General Motors, producing more than 430 horsepower. The result was a sleek Grand Tourer, capable of accelerating from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 5 seconds and reaching speeds of more than 290 kilometers per hour. At the time, the car carried a price tag that placed it among the most expensive vehicles ever associated with South Africa's automotive industry. What made the Perana Z1 special wasn't just its performance, it was what it represented. In a market dominated by established supercar manufacturers, South Africa had created a vehicle that could stand proudly alongside some of the world's most respected performance cars. And while the Perana Z1 was impressive, our next stop takes us to a country that perfected the art of precision engineering and built one of the most celebrated supercars of the modern era. Welcome to Japan. When it comes to performance cars, Japan has given the world legends like the Skyline GTR, the Supra, and the NSX, but none of them carried a price tag or a reputation, quite like the Lexus LFA. Unveiled after nearly a decade of development, the LFA wasn't just another luxury sports car, it was a statement. Engineers at Lexus set out to build the ultimate Japanese supercar, sparing no expense in the process. At the heart of the LFA was a naturally aspirated 4.8-liter V10 engine producing 552 horsepower. The engine was so responsive that it could rev from idle to redline faster than a traditional analog tachometer could keep up, forcing Lexus to use a digital display instead. But the numbers only tell part of the story. The LFA became famous for its unforgettable exhaust note, often described as one of the greatest engine sounds ever produced. Even today, automotive enthusiasts consider it a masterpiece of engineering and design. Only 500 examples were ever built, making the car incredibly rare. With an original price of around $375,000, the LFA was the most expensive production car Japan had ever created at the time. Years later, many examples have become even more valuable on the collector market. The Lexus LFA proved that Japan could build a world-class supercar, capable of standing shoulder to shoulder with the best Europe had to offer. But while Japan focused on precision and perfection, the next country on our list took a different approach, building a machine with one goal in mind: pure speed. Next, we're heading to the United States. For decades, American performance cars have been known for one thing above all else: big engines and big power. From classic muscle cars to modern supercars, the United States has always embraced speed. But no American car pushes that philosophy further than the Hennessey Venom F5. Built by Hennessey Special Vehicles in Texas, the Venom F5 was designed with a single mission: to become one of the fastest road cars ever created. In fact, the car's name comes from the Fujita scale, where an F5 tornado represents the most powerful category of tornado on Earth. Powering the Venom F5 is a monstrous 6.6-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine, producing more than 1,800 horsepower. That's enough power to launch the lightweight hypercar from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just a few seconds, and put it in contention for the highest speeds ever achieved by a production vehicle. To maximize performance, nearly every part of the car was engineered with weight reduction and aerodynamics in mind. Its carbon fiber construction helps keep weight remarkably low, while its sleek design allows it to slice through the air at incredible speeds. With a price tag exceeding $3 million and production limited to only a handful of examples, the Venom F5 isn't just one of America's most expensive cars. It's one of the most extreme hypercars ever built anywhere in the world. The Venom F5 showcases America's relentless pursuit of power and speed. But our next destination is a country with a long history of producing some of the world's most iconic sports cars and racing legends. Next stop, the United Kingdom. Few countries have influenced automotive history quite like the United Kingdom. Home to legendary brands and countless motorsport victories, Britain has produced some of the most iconic performance cars ever built. And when it comes to exclusivity and innovation, few British cars can match the McLaren Speedtail. Introduced as McLaren's ultimate road-going Grand Tourer, the Speedtail was designed to redefine what a modern hypercar could be. Unlike many of its rivals, it wasn't built solely for lap times. Instead, it focused on blending extreme performance with luxury and long-distance comfort. One of the first things you'll notice is its unusual seating arrangement. Just like the legendary McLaren F1, the driver sits in the center of the cabin, creating a unique driving experience unlike almost any other production car. Power comes from a hybrid powertrain producing more than 1,000 horsepower. Combined with its incredibly aerodynamic shape, the Speedtail became the fastest road car McLaren had ever produced, capable of reaching speeds well over 400 kilometers per hour. Its sleek bodywork wasn't designed just to look futuristic. It was carefully crafted to reduce drag and maximize efficiency at high speeds. Every curve and surface serves a purpose, helping the car achieve its remarkable performance. With a price tag of more than $2 million and production limited to just 106 units worldwide, the Speedtail quickly became one of the most exclusive and expensive vehicles ever built by McLaren. The Speedtail proved that speed isn't just about raw horsepower. It's also about intelligent design and engineering. But if you thought that was impressive, our next country is home to a brand that has spent decades pushing the limits of automotive performance. We're heading to France, the birthplace of one of the most famous hypercar manufacturers on Earth. When discussing the world's most expensive and powerful cars, one name always rises to the top: Bugatti. Founded in France more than a century ago, the brand has become synonymous with luxury, engineering excellence, and mind-bending speed. And perhaps no modern Bugatti embodies that reputation better than the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. This extraordinary machine was created to celebrate one of the greatest achievements in automotive history. In 2019, a Bugatti prototype became the first car ever to break the 300-mile-per-hour barrier, reaching an astonishing speed of over 490 kilometers per hour. To commemorate that milestone, Bugatti produced the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus, a hypercar that combined breathtaking performance with extreme exclusivity. Under the hood sits an 8.0-liter quad-turbocharged W16 engine producing nearly 1,600 horsepower. The engineering required to safely harness that level of power is nothing short of remarkable. From its reinforced chassis to its advanced aerodynamics, every component was designed to operate at speeds few vehicles will ever experience. Its distinctive long-tail design improves stability at high speeds, while its luxurious interior reminds you that this is still a Bugatti, a car built not only for performance, but also for comfort and craftsmanship. With a price tag of several $1,000,000 and production limited to just 30 examples, the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus instantly became one of the most desirable hypercars on the planet. For decades, Bugatti has been obsessed with breaking records and redefining what's possible. Yet our next country took inspiration directly from Formula One and managed to bring racing technology to the public road. Next, we're heading to Germany. Germany has given the world some of the most respected automotive brands in history. From precision engineering to cutting-edge performance, German manufacturers have long set the standard for excellence. But among all the incredible machines to come out of Germany, few are as ambitious as the Mercedes-AMG 1. For years, car enthusiasts dreamed of driving a Formula One car on public roads. It sounded impossible. Formula One engines are incredibly complex, highly strung, and designed for racetracks, not city streets. Yet Mercedes-AMG set out to do exactly that. At the heart of the AMG 1 is a hybrid powertrain derived directly from Mercedes' championship-winning Formula One technology. The system combines a turbocharged V6 engine with multiple electric motors to produce well over 1,000 horsepower. The project was so challenging that engineers spent years overcoming reliability and emissions hurdles before the car could finally reach customers. But the result was unlike anything the automotive world had ever seen. Active aerodynamics, advanced energy recovery systems, and race-inspired engineering allow the AMG 1 to deliver performance that rivals dedicated race cars, while remaining legal to drive on public roads. With a price tag exceeding $2.5 million and production limited to just 275 units, the AMG 1 quickly became one of the most exclusive and technologically advanced vehicles ever produced in Germany. The AMG 1 represents Germany's relentless pursuit of engineering perfection. But our next destination proves that automotive greatness doesn't always come from countries with a long history of building cars. In fact, the next hypercar comes from a nation that only recently entered the automotive spotlight and completely shocked the world. Welcome to Croatia. If someone had told you 20 years ago that one of the world's most advanced hypercars would come from Croatia, you probably wouldn't have believed them. Yet that's exactly what happened thanks to a company that completely changed the automotive industry. Founded by entrepreneur and engineer mate Rimac, Rimac began as a small startup with a bold vision to prove that electric vehicles could outperform even the most powerful gasoline-powered supercars. The result was the Rimac Nevera, an electric hypercar that stunned the world with its incredible performance. Unlike traditional hypercars that rely on massive combustion engines, the Nevera uses 4 electric motors, one for each wheel, allowing it to deliver power with astonishing precision. Together, those motors produce nearly 2,000 horsepower, making the Nevera one of the most powerful production cars ever built. The car can launch from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 2 seconds, a level of acceleration that feels almost unreal. But the Nevera isn't just fast in a straight line. Its advanced software constantly adjusts power delivery to each wheel, helping the car achieve extraordinary levels of control and stability. The Nevera quickly became a record-breaking machine, setting multiple performance benchmarks and proving that electric vehicles could compete at the very highest level of automotive performance. With a price tag of more than $2 million and production limited to only 150 examples, the Nevera became Croatia's most expensive and most famous automotive creation. The success of Rimac showed the world that innovation can come from anywhere. Yet even with all its cutting-edge technology, the next car on our list comes from a company obsessed with one thing above all else: breaking the laws of speed. Our next stop is Sweden. When most people think of Swedish cars, they think of safety, practicality, and reliability. But one company completely changed that perception and built some of the fastest machines the world has ever seen. That company is Koenigsegg. Founded by Christian von Koenigsegg, the brand began with a dream that many considered impossible: creating a hypercar capable of competing with the world's biggest automotive giants. Decades later, that dream became reality. The Jesko Absolute represents the ultimate expression of Koenigsegg's engineering philosophy. Named after Christian's father, Jesko von Koenigsegg, the car was designed with a singular focus, achieving the highest speed possible. Power comes from a twin-turbocharged 5.0-liter V8 engine, capable of producing up to 1,600 horsepower when running on E85 fuel. Combined with an ultra-lightweight carbon fiber chassis and revolutionary transmission technology, the Jesko Absolute delivers performance that borders on the unbelievable. Unlike many hypercars that prioritize downforce for track performance, the Jesko Absolute was engineered to minimize aerodynamic drag. Its sleek profile allows it to slice through the air with incredible efficiency, leading many experts to believe it could become the fastest production car ever built. Every component was optimized for speed, from its aerodynamic bodywork to its innovative light-speed transmission, a gearbox capable of changing gears almost instantaneously. With a price tag approaching $3 million and production limited to an extremely small number of vehicles, the Jesko Absolute stands as Sweden's most ambitious automotive creation. For many manufacturers, building a car like the Jesko Absolute would represent the pinnacle of achievement. But somehow, the next country on our journey managed to create an automotive masterpiece that's just as much a work of art as it is a hypercar. Next, we're heading to Italy. No country has shaped the world of exotic cars quite like Italy. It's the birthplace of some of the most legendary automotive brands ever created, and for decades, Italian manufacturers have combined performance with beauty in ways few others can match. But when it comes to exclusivity, craftsmanship, and sheer artistry, few cars can rival the Pagani Huayra Codalunga. The name Codalunga translates to long tail, a reference to the elegant, extended rear design inspired by race cars from the 1960s. Unlike many modern hypercars that rely on aggressive styling, the Codalunga embraces a cleaner and more timeless appearance. Every Pagani is built with obsessive attention to detail, and the Codalunga takes that philosophy to another level. The interior feels more like a luxury timepiece than a car, featuring hand-finished materials, intricate metalwork, and craftsmanship rarely seen in the automotive world. Beneath its beautiful exterior lies a twin-turbocharged V12 engine developed by Mercedes-AMG, producing more than 800 horsepower. The result is a car that delivers incredible performance while maintaining the refinement expected from one of the world's most exclusive manufacturers. What truly sets the Codalunga apart is its rarity. Only 5 examples were originally produced, making it one of the most exclusive hypercars ever built. With a price tag estimated at well over $7 million, it became one of the most expensive Italian cars in existence. The Huayra Codalunga proves that a hypercar can be more than just a machine. It can be a work of art. But even Italy's masterpiece isn't enough to claim the top spot on our list. For that, we must travel to a small European nation that built a hypercar so ambitious, so exclusive, and so expensive that it stands above everything we've seen so far. Our final destination is Denmark. We end our journey in Denmark, a country not typically associated with extreme hypercars. But Zenvo Automotive changed that completely by creating one of the most ambitious and expensive performance cars ever built, the Zenvo Aurora. The Aurora represents a new era for the brand. Designed to push far beyond what most people expect from a small Danish manufacturer, it combines radical engineering with extreme exclusivity. At its core, the Aurora features a hybrid powertrain built around a twin-turbocharged V12 engine paired with advanced electric motors. Together, the system produces over 1,800 horsepower, placing it firmly among the most powerful hypercars in the world. But what truly makes the Aurora stand out isn't just its performance, it's its philosophy. Zenvo designed it to be both brutally fast and beautifully refined, blending track-level capability with luxury craftsmanship. Its production is extremely limited, with only a handful of units being built for the world's most elite collectors. With a price tag that reaches several $1 million, it easily earns its place as the most expensive car on this list. The Zenvo Aurora proves that even the smallest countries can create machines that compete with the biggest names in automotive history. And with that, we've traveled across the world and seen the most expensive cars from each country. But the real question is, which one would you choose? From Japan's legendary Lexus LFA to Croatia's groundbreaking Rimac Navara and Denmark's ultra-exclusive Zenvo Aurora, every car on this list represents the peak of its nation's automotive engineering. But now I want to hear from you. If you could own any one of these cars, which would it be, and why? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you enjoyed this journey around the world, make sure to subscribe to the Wheels of the World for more automotive stories from every corner of the planet.